Thank you for clarifying, everyone. Yes, slight technical issue on my end. Please bear with me. I'll get it fixed in just a moment. So, again, just bear with me, everyone. Right. Can you all hear me now? I certainly hope so. Well, let's get all that banners removed. There we go. There we go. Anyway, how are all of you today? Hello, it's me, Aurelius the Butler. Are you all well? I certainly hope so, naturally. I always hope that you're all well. So, anything to report, anyone? Anything interesting to share? Please, by all means. Good to know that you can hear me and you can see me, etc., etc. Again, apologies for the slight technical issues. I'll explain about what's been going on in a moment. But first, some shout-outs. So, hello to you, Starglow. Hello, Felicia. And Slasher. Lone Wanderer Colin, good to know you're well. Hello, Jellybean, kisses to you. Mwah. We have, who else? Slasher. Having a good day, a slow day. Nevertheless, a good day, I hope. Grey, hello. Who else? We have Dragonstar Sidera. Zora Zip has returned for another stream. Hello to you. Hello. Right, what else do we have? Oh, that reminds me, I need to check over on the Twitch side of things. And before anyone points out, yes, I am a bit hoarse in the throat. No, I'm not going to go whinny and neigh. But, yes, my throat's a bit sore. Oh, there we go, over there on the Twitch side of things. I see Welshie the Badger Queen. Greetings, greetings. And it looks like Very Bored Person has arrived. Hello there, Very Bored Person. I hope you're all doing well and that you're all keeping safe. Again, I'm a little bit sore in the throat and I do apologize for that. But it's... No, I've not eaten a horse, Slasher, you silly. But, hopefully a bit of Vimto. Delicious Vimto with water will help my throat. Well, it tastes good at least. Hopefully, should be able to speak normally for the next stream. But I hope you won't mind a bit of gravel in the throat, so yes. Again, no need to worry about me, no need to apologize, anything like that. Just had to be raising my voice a bit today. It's been a very busy day, but very busy recently, actually. And here is Slasher once again with the Vimto tax. Alright, go ahead, take it if you must. And hello, TsunamiJuria, welcome, yes. I will be better soon. I'm sure by the next stream I'll be feeling better. Yes, cough drops would be nice, and less talking would be handy, but, well, in this profession, and the fact that I'm live streaming, well, doesn't exactly gel well, those options. So, well... Oh well. In other words, oh well. But yes, I'll keep drinking. Oh, well, she going to be getting yourself a new wheelchair soon. Able to be winched into the chair every day to sit out of the bed. Oh, wonderful. Extra comfort coming with that, I hope. I certainly hope. Oh, Zora, yes, if you have a question to share, then by all means, I'd love to know what that might be. Yes, tea and water, always a good option. Both delicious options, of course. And yes, I suppose that's why I could call a sick day very bored person, but honestly, I did not want to miss out on this stream. I was about to cancel it because of PC issues, but thankfully I was able to take it to a computer shop and get it fixed the next day. I mean, I handed it in early morning, got it back late in the afternoon, just before the evening. That was a mad rush. And today, well, I've been needing to, use my voice quite loudly. Let's just say there was a certain little runt, a gremlin, you could say, causing issues, and that required me to call out to him. Pomme de terre, as you call yourself, you little rambunctious jester. I hope you know that I still will find you, I will catch you, and I will put you in a dog catcher, you little prankster. So yes, that's why, unfortunately, my throat is a bit sore. It's because of a little prankster that I was yelling at and chasing around the manor. But anyway, and I'm glad you're here too as well, Gray. Thank you for coming here. And yes, I've seen some of the screenshots of Tomodachi Live. You included me and some of the other interesting folk that I've bumped into, and some that I'm not familiar with. I see you've included Dr. Cineric and that cyborg chap Dub, etc. And strange things are happening in that game of yours. Ah yes, well, Zora, requesting a little introduction. I'd be more than happy to. I am your butler, after all. So, for those who don't know, I'm sure all of you probably do know, for those who don't know, my name is Aurelius, and I am your butler. I live in your mansion, your home, and I take care of all the nitty-gritty so-and-sos and tasks and whatnot. But of course, alongside that, I just want to make sure that you are comforted, are loved, and cared for, even in the form of live streams, because you are my beloved, and I am your butler. I am here to support you, to take care of you, and do whatever I can to make sure you are feeling good. So I hope that explains a bit more about me, Aurelius. And of course, yes, this is my live stream model. I mean, this over here is what I look like. And this is my VTuber model, courtesy of TsunamiJuria. Thank you once again. And if anyone asks, everyone is wrong if they say that I'm cute like a puppy, because I'm not a puppy. I'm not adorable or cute like a puppy, and I'm especially not a grumpy puppy when I'm unhappy. Now, I know a lot of people say that, but it's not true. It's definitely not true. I'm not cute like a puppy. Don't mind the ears or the tail. Those are just cosmetic. Just to clarify. Oh, hello to you, Coral Stark. Welcome. Welcome to a stream here on JTV ASMR. I am Aurelius, your butler, and I certainly hope that you have a wonderful time, because we're going to be having a fun conversation today about continuing a villain arc for me. Your goody two-shoes butler turning evil, and you're going to help me with deciding on certain details once again. And hello to you, Natural. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you back once again. And Alicia, no, I'm not cute, and I will keep fighting those doggo comparison allegations slasher. No, Jelly, Dragonstar, and no, I'm definitely not cute like a puppy. See, Gray says so. Gray saying not a puppy. That's sarcasm. Oh darn. Well, my point remains. My point remains. So I win again because I say so. So haha. And that's not a puppy sound. That's not a sound a dog makes. That's a sound that I would make because I'm right. And well, yes. Totally not a puppy indeed, a very bored person. Who would ever think such a Oh. Oh, you're being sarcastic too, last. No, you see, that's what people do. They compare me to a puppy. That makes me bashful and a bit embarrassed, but... Well, I still deny the allegations. But I will say this. That you are all lovely. You are all the goodest ones. You're all the adorable ones. Oh, hello to you, Nova. Hello, all the way over Twitch. I hope you have a wonderful time, even if you're here just for a little bit. And me, giving off cute puppy vibes, will she? I still disagree. I still disagree. You didn't hear that. That was me grumbling. That was not a puppy sound. That's just my throat. Yes, it's just because I've got a sore throat is all. Yes. Yes. I'm not going to make some soft awoos jelly bean. Not like that. That was just an example. She embraced the cute puppy inside me, will she? Well, I wish I could embrace all of you literally. With big, strong arms, I would cuddle all of you. I wish I could cuddle all of you with a snuggly blanket. Oh, that's quite alright, Nova, because if you missed the last villain arc live last time, well, we're going to be delving into some more villain arc questions this time. And thank you, Starglow. Yes, I'd like to think that I'm not a puppy, that I'm a lovely butler and a handsome fellow. Oh, well, that's very flattering of you to say. Thank you. Am I blushing? I hope not. Well, you're handsome too, I'm sure. You're all adorable to me. You're very adorable to me, all of you. All right then, tell you what, everyone. Let's delve into the villain arc. Let's pretend that I've become a villain. I'm evil. And I'm going to need your help, your input, with answering these questions all about my villain arc. Now, this is part 2. Part 2 of my evil reign of terror. I'm not cute, Slasher. No, I'm evil. I'm evil now. That's quite alright, Natural. If the Wi-Fi is a bit spacey on your end, then I just hope things improve, is all. And Zora, no need to introduce yourself if you don't want to. The main thing is you are here, and that I hope you have a fantastic... Oh dear. Right, right, is this working, everyone? There was a slight connection issue. Is this working? Is everything working now? Am I back? Is it? Oh, thank goodness. Yes, slight connection issues. Terribly sorry about that, everyone. I'm not sure what happened. It might have been a VPN suddenly starting against my... against my wishes. For streams, of course, it gets a bit awkward. Alright, we can all hear you. Right, let's, as I was saying, let's start off with the first question here. Outside of being evil, what will you do, referring to me, in my spare time? What would I do if I'm evil in my spare time? What would I do? I suppose I would, Oh, is it still being buggy? I hope everyone who suddenly left will reappear. Oh dear. Here's hoping. I think it's behaving now. But yes. Okay then, so I suppose yes, Zora, maybe I could read a book. I could read many books. I would have a library of fantastic tomes and stories. Maybe I would draw ideas from the great villains of fiction. Dragonstar says, spoil his beloved. Well, you are all my beloveds. Maybe I would have room for at least one romantic interest. Maybe. Slasher says, practice your evil monologues and teach your servants to dance to your evil songs. Well, hey, there's an idea. I could have a big music number, and any time I'd sing it, all the servants would have to sing along. They would have to dance. They would have to know the words. And I would balance that out with evil monologues. I'd practice in front of a mirror. I would deliver striking, chilling monologues. Yes. TsunamiJuria says, sharpening knives clearly for cooking purposes. Oh yes, certainly for cooking. Very bored person says, read and probably go shopping for more jewelry and gems. I think I would only have to go to the finest stores, the finest suppliers of jewelry and gems. Not some 2-bit, low-quality, cash-mine jewelry sort of shop. It would have to be something high class, yes. Gray says, hunting perhaps. Now there's a good idea. Whether I'm using modern technology or just the old-fashioned sorts. Maybe I could go a bit of hunting, hunt some animals, but then again, maybe there might be other creatures to hunt. Ooh, maybe I would sing Be Prepared from The Lion King. I really need to do that for karaoke next time. Oh, wait. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Is the the stream went off Twitch? Oh, blimey. Oh, it has. Oh, no. At last. Well, in any case, it's good to have you here, Welshie the Magic Queen. I guess I'll have to just ditch the Twitch side of things for today. It's funny, I was wanting to tell everyone... Oh, I think it's up now again. I hope so. I was wanting to tell everyone, please consider following on Twitch, because if I hit 50 followers on there, I'll become, I don't know the words, you know, one of those verified accounts, and I can put out emojis, exclusive emojis on stream for Twitch. But I guess I can't do that if the stream's down there. In any case. I'd have a siren song, you say, Natural. You think I would, lure people in with my singing? Maybe I would sing, be prepared, to lure them to my lair, make them my henchmen. And I think, yes, something like Phantom of the Opera, something theatrical, but passionate and loud. Very bored person says, you would probably have your servant of the week to listen and praise your monologues ahead of time. Yes, I think having someone there to make sure that all the things I'm saying are indeed perfectly diabolical. Good to have someone, so long as they know for sure that of course, people who criticize an evil person like myself is not going to be walking away a free person. Jellybean saying, taxidermy, all sorts of animals and creatures, bears, deers, moose, many more mounted on the wall as trophies to gloat over. How do I be doing chores but evilly, Slasher? Now I'm generally curious. Zora saying, wouldn't you be hunting people instead of animals? Well, maybe. Maybe I might for some naughty servants not doing their jobs. Or maybe someone who happens to be a prisoner. I would teach them how to run pretty darn fast while I'm chasing them down in a forest, gun in hand. Natural saying, perhaps reading occult books. Ooh. Something spooky and scary, maybe if I'm feeling brave enough, the Necronomicon, perhaps, or something beyond that, maybe. You never know. Evil Aurelius evilly cleans his room. How? How can I clean a room in an evil manner? What do I do? Do Do I stab the dust bunnies with a broom? Do I swing around the vacuum like it's a mighty club while laughing manically? I don't know. I'll need your input on that, folks. And once again, good to see you here in the YouTube chat, Welshie, the Pageant Queen. I think Twitch is working again, I think. But still, you know, good to have you here regardless on either platform. And we have Kritztorf over on Twitch. Hello, welcome. We're covering an evil Butler villain arc for me, Aurelius. So feel free to join in if you would like. Jellybean says, practicing my maniacal laugh. Maybe I can make that more maniacal. Improvement. There's room for improvement. Starglow says, work on your evil plans to make everyone obey you. I like it. I like it. Slasher says, evil Aurelius hunts his dinners by hand and makes the servants make it and not let anyone eat it except himself. Would I make everyone watch me as I feast on a delicious meal of a creature I hunted by hand, a wonderful deer meal? Well, everyone watches and thinks, oh, why, this is so delicious, such a fantastic meal you've prepared for me. I could prepare some of this feast, but no, this is all for me, I'm afraid. Maybe I might spare a few bones, a few scraps afterwards. Well, she says, learning the dark arts like necromancy, summon the dead to help you with chores. Spooky, scary skeletons going around, cleaning the dishes, getting rid of the cobwebs. What do you mean, Jelly and Grey, calling my evil laugh, my maniacal laugh hot? Oh, blimey, I wasn't expecting that. Updating my security. Good point, Slasher. You never know if I'd be getting thieves or dastardly heroes trying to break in. And Dragonstar saying, an unexpectedly cute hobby like glass unicorns or crafts or cross-stitch or embroidery. It'd be funny, but no, that would make me sound like a bit softy. Jelly saying target practice. I wonder who the targets might be. Natural saying stalking your victims, casing out their whereabouts for the best jump scares. Maybe I might do that. I might just prank people, just jump out of nowhere. Oh, and I tell you what I will also do, folks. I will ban a spam bot on Twitch. Gone. Evil knitting. Bear traps and other animal traps. Very devious. I love it. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Then. When I'm not being... Well, when I'm not doing villainous things... Wait, hang on. Oh yes, that's a copy of the previous one. Let's gloss over that. That's a mistake on my part. Whoops. Okay. A van of my villainous arc approaches. How will I win their heart? I have a #1 fan who approaches. And it can't be you, Nova. I know you're volunteering as a target. But still, I have someone who approaches me and says that I am a fan. Oh, what might I do to win their heart? And besides, could it be you? Could it be one of you lovely folks? What if you approached and said, I'm your biggest fan? And maybe I wanted to play into that. Maybe I'd want to move in and just win the heart of this person. How would I do it? Dragonstar saying, you be your usual charming self. And Zorazip saying, just by being you, sweetie. Slasher says, come to the dark side. I made cookies. Yum yum. And then they discover it's raisin cookies, not chocolate chip. It's sugar-free raisin cookies. But only the most devious of henchmen of mine will get the best cookies. Grey saying, Aurelius throwing knives at Grey and purposely near missing. That's certainly one way to leave an impression, for sure. Jellybean suggesting definitely sing to them. What could I possibly sing? Maybe what? a villainous song, like Villainous Thing by Schaefer James. Oh dear, let me see those smoky eyes, 'cause you're a villainous thing, and I hope you're not living a lie. What else? Nova saying, Reddy smothers the fan and kisses. Already? Jumping to that base already? Just... Mwah. I like this one, though. Gray saying, lift their chin with my hand. I'm sure I would likely be towering over this person. Maybe I would look down upon them. Just gently lift their chin up. Look into their eyes. And smile. A little grin. A toothy grin of mine. And go, my, what a pretty face you have, little number one fan. Yes, I suspected that. That's just you talking, Nova, with the covering kisses. Good point, Zora. Raisin cookies would make them run away. Maybe that would be a detail I would share for afterwards, maybe. And I like raisin cookies too, Jelly. But not as good as chocolate chip, but still. TsunamiJuria says, make a dinner, perhaps something that I hunted by hand. Again, maybe a delicious boar, meal, feast that I created. Invite for dinner and say, please, by all means, tuck in. It's a delicious meal, and it was a catch of mine that I did today. I single-handedly removed the bullets myself, skinned it as well. I let the chefs do all the busy handiwork, of course. But still, the way to a person's heart is through the stomach, as they say. Felicia saying, but if Huntsman Aurelius wins my heart, he'd have to consider letting you go? Well, maybe if I was feeling evil enough, maybe I wouldn't, but maybe if I was feeling not quite as evil, I might. Nova suggesting a showcase of the lair. A nice homely tour, perhaps? Over here is my death ray. It's currently under construction, but I guarantee that it is most definitely deadly. And over on this side is a selection of gallery paintings of all of my victims that I have fought, all of them superheroes that I have defeated. Very bored person saying, well, if we're talking evil and whisking them away and committing crimes together one-on-one, perhaps so. Slasher just wanting to join just to annoy Aurelia. At your own caution is all I'd say. Well, she says, just take your gloves off with your hand. That works so well for a certain demon butler. Yes, true. And again, especially if I was on my villain arc, I would argue too that I also would be one hell of a butler. Dragonstar says, have you ever danced in the moonlight with the devil? Ooh, classy line, a classy line. Maybe that might be what I might just do, just by slowly moving up to them. Chest out, looking down. Jelly saying, might have to bite them. I'm not a vampire, though I'm more than sure that you're not expecting me to do so like a vampire now. Just a little move in, num, on the neck, num, num, on the neck. Just gently sink the fangs in. Just enough to leave a very gentle mark, but not deep enough so that they get exactly what they're perhaps wanting there. Just a little tease. Naughty. Starglow saying, use an evil spell to make them fall in love with you and they will be yours. Perhaps so, perhaps so. An evil spell to guide them to the dark side and to guide them to loving me. But then again, if they're my number one fan, maybe I wouldn't require such shady means. Gray says, the hunt. Hunt them down, win their heart that way? Would I give up just right at the end, moments before? But, just to get the heart racing and fool them and think, haha. If I bit you, you'd bite back, Slasher. Duly noted. Last thing I want is you chomping away at my finger. I'd twist your nose if you tried to do that. Zora saying, thanks, you have all your sharp teeth. Exactly. I'll use every last one of them if I need to. Very bored person says, stealing the moon for the fan might work. Trying to take that moon and perhaps steal it with some sort of tractor beam. Just to prove that I'm willing to go that far for this person, maybe. TsunamiJuria says, teasing is certainly evil. All the more fun to do so, to be so teasing, just to wean in a little bit, but then just pull away and say, no, I'm afraid you're not getting the full deal. Jellybean saying, if you bit me, I might melt. I'll keep this in mind for future use. Felicia says you meant a love potion. Well, maybe so. Maybe that might be something I might add to a drink, but then again. What if I thought I'd do that? Hand over the drink. This person is all over me and in love. And then I realized, wait a minute, this isn't a love potion. This is just standard water. Slasher saying, I mean, you can show them the benefits like dental and holidays. You'd get enough to form a small nation. Well, I think such benefits like that are sure to get myself a small, at the very least, a small following of henchmen. Gray is chiming in saying, Aurelius biting me would definitely melt me. Oh, you are such naughty folks, aren't you? I'm not complaining, by the way. I'm not complaining. Just observing. Just observing with a smirk on my face, as villains would do. Righto, then. Well, I think we should jump to the next question. Oh, we have a question here. A statement. Zora saying, by the way, Aurelius, I know it's my second time being here, but I wanted to make something for you. Oh. What might that be, Zora? Or is it a secret? By all means, if you have something to share, you can always join the JTV ASMR server if you'd like, or totally optional, of course, but that's always a good place if you ever want to share anything at all. Felicia saying, I would have already escaped by the time you drank that love potion. Knowing you, Felicia, if I was to resort to such means, I bet you would have probably swapped the bottles around just while I'm looking away briefly, like a sneaky snake, and I've just given myself a love potion, and I'm falling in love with the first person I see. And then it wears off and goes, wait, what am I doing? Why am I just like ballroom dancing with a henchman? Get off me! Get back to cleaning my quarters or something. Meanwhile, Felicia's just running away, giggling. Gray saying, it will happen again. Yes, I'm sure it will, Gray. At least you're honest. Slasher, yes, I think if I brought you onto my evil entourage, who knows what sort of evil shenanigans you'd get up to just for the sake of chaos and wackiness. Right. You want to share some fan art? By all means, Zora, by all means. If you ever want to, I'd be more than happy to give it a looky. I'd even share it for a Fan Art Friday at any point as well. But, again, I personally would recommend, you don't have to make Discord for the sake of the server, but it's a great old piece of tech, great software, great app, and a really good way to make new friends too, especially in a calm, relaxing server. Just like JTV ASMR. Ooh, let's jump into the next question. But first, hello to you Blue Bats. Welcome. We've just been covering some villain arc questions. And It involves, what we've covered so far, what I will do in my spare time, and also Villainous Arc, having a fan approaching. Oh, I totally understand, Zora, I totally understand. But even then, if you have any fan art you'd like to share, by all means, if you want to, through social media, or Twitter, or email, whatever it is, I'd be more than happy to give it a look. And I'd be happy to share it for Fan Art Friday and tag you appropriately since you have a YouTube channel. Righto. On to the next question, everyone. I've been caught. How will I escape to see another day as a villain? So let's say I've been caught by, it could be the authorities. It could be some sort of international Justice League of super acquaintances. It could be some sort of superhero figure, or maybe a maverick vigilante, whatever it is, being caught. Oh, and thank you for coming along, Natural. Stay safe now. Hope to see you again in the next stream. So anyway, how will I escape confinement? What will I do to escape? And so I can continue with my evil reign. What comes to mind, everyone? What comes to mind? Gray saying brute force. Now, potentially, yes, potentially I could very well brute force my way out. I certainly have the physique for it. I'm quite a strong fellow. Not to blow one's own trumpet, but I am quite a strong fellow, as I'm sure you'll all know. Beyond that, what else, though? Well, Thalicia's saying maybe having Thalicia's Guardians for, what trick you have pulling off. Oh, as in, those being, the ones who captured me. Well, maybe so, you never know. Slash is saying I'd probably make fun of you to get caught, then let you out because I'm bored and you are entertaining. Is that really the case, Slashers? You just trap me away, just be pointing and laughing and go, okay, you can go out because I've had my fun. Dragonstar saying, how rich is he? You should have a team of top-notch lawyers. Who, the person who captured me or me myself? Gray saying, picking the lock with a hidden tool? Maybe a false fang of mine could be pulled out and then pick the lock, slip away in the shadows. Very bored person saying, you would probably have a device like the one seniors have for when they fall. Instead, it's when you get captured, so your minions will come get you. That's a great idea, yes. I might hide it on maybe a piece of jewelry on me or a button on my clothing. That way, they won't know that help is already coming to me. Starglow says, I would fight any hero to save you from them. Well, thank you, Starglow. It's good to know that I would have a devoted henchman like you. Slasher saying, Aurelius gets one phone call, the next moment you're out free of charge. Something tells me you'd be my lawyer, Slasher, and whatever strings you'd pull, you managed to get me out. Very bored person saying, could bribe them. Well, yes, true. I probably might end up offering a bribe to maybe a certain guard. Maybe one of the security, I might say, oh, you know you don't want to have me here forever. Tell you what, if you let me out, I might be able to let you in on a bit of a secret. That I have an army of henchmen and I'm always looking for new people. Solid pay and dental. Maybe you might get a bit of cash up front if you let me slip away unnoticed. Maybe. I could very well talk my way out, Blue Bats. Maybe I might just, put on the old silver tongue trick. Maybe just talk to them and encourage them and say, oh, come on now, we've known each other for so long. Surely you don't want me to waste away in this awful place. You want me to flourish and to enjoy life, right? Zorazip saying, firstly, you would use a spell that would make them not see you escape, and two, need a reference for me. Okay, well, For the spell? Yes, good idea, good idea. Maybe use the dark arts to carve myself a way out of there. Either unlock the door or maybe help me walk through walls, perhaps. As for references, Zora, I'd recommend scouring the YouTube videos. There's a playlist, all the videos featuring me, Aurelius. You can use those as references. That's an excellent way to start off, I'd say, because there's a lot of images of me there. Thalicia saying, maybe my guardians would take me back after they captured you. Maybe they might, Thalicia, maybe they might. Ooh, rely on the fan army, Dragonstar, or use the shortcut. I think I know what you're referring to, but I best not say it out loud. Grey saying, I'm going to break down the lock or door with a sledgehammer. Well, if it's effective, then can't exactly argue too much there. Slasher says, Yo, Honor, my client is clearly innocent. On what grounds? He's just a little guy. I'm convinced. Innocent. Silver Tongue Slasher at it again. Yes, I should probably hire you, Slasher, as my lawyer. Well, maybe I might be able to get away with things, Blue Bats. Maybe with this charm. Especially with the charm of being a villain, too. What if there was a certain guard saying, Oh, little lady, perhaps I could treat you to a wonderful dinner and dance. But I can't do that if I'm locked behind bars. Maybe I could let these things happen, but only if you slip me a key, let me get away, and point me in the direction of, well, if you've got a speedboat or a helicopter, a submarine, some sort of access out of here, then maybe we could have a wonderful time together. Think of it as a vacation. Slasher says, I charge you 75% of your network and Vimto. I'll make it... You'll get 2 popsicles a week, some ice lollies a week, and a single bottle of Vimto as well. Take it or leave it. Actually, those ice lollies are homemade and made of Vimto too, so take it or leave it. And you get dental. Gray saying you could discreetly poison the captor, steal the key from his pocket. Maybe. What if I had a little ring with a bit of poison inside? Something not lethal per se, but something to just weaken them or knock them out. Bit of anesthetic. Slip into their drink when they're not looking, and they stumble to my cell, and I tell them, oh, feeling sleepy are you, Mr. or Mrs. Guard? And just then, yoink, thank you for the key. Oh, get some rest. This will be a wonderful room for you, this comfy cell. Slasher saying, I'll also get your fancy suit for leverage. You get a copy of my fancy suit alongside if you're going to be my lawyer. Alongside the Vimto, 1 bottle of Vimto a week and a few ice lolly Vimtos. Let's make it a done deal. Bang. Right, I'm going to avoid all sorts of trouble now with Slasher in my corner. Anyway, let's move on with some more questions. What else do we have? Let's see. How will I beat any heroic figures in a fight? Okay then. Let's say there's going to be some sort of battle. I don't know who exactly. It could be an army of soldiers. It could be a superpowered superhero. Be a vigilante anti-hero. Who knows? Who knows? Either way, whoever it is, I've got to defeat them in a fight. But how am I going to do it? How will I defeat these problems, shall we say? What do you think I should do, folks? How will I go about it? What could be done? What could be done? I wonder. Well, let's see what all you say. Slasher says murder. I mean, it's not classy, but gets the job done, I'm sure. Ooh, Felicia saying my guardians against my evil alliance. Your guardians against my evil alliance, Felicia. It will be a battle of the century. Dragonstar says, what powers did we discuss last time? Yes, we discussed all sorts of ideas about turning victims into paintings and trapping them with rose vines. Slash is saying either capture them or send them to the afterlife. Well, either ways, as long as it works. Jellybean says holograms and fireworks. Grey says knives, close quarter combat, poisons. Bluebat's saying, depends, can you use magic? Well, maybe. I mean, you are helping with my villain arc, so perhaps, evil dark magic could be used. Very bored person says, by cheating like pocket sand under the belt hits, hostages better yet, framing them for crimes and sneaking up on them, etc. So in other words, playing dirty. Going for the dirty, sneaky ones. Ooh, I think my VTuber model died for a moment there. Sorry about that. Jellybean saying, lure them to Nomster's cave and let them eat them. Yes, I've heard stories about a certain monster in a cave that wants to eat things all the time and tries to lure people in. If that creature is indeed the real deal, then maybe I might just do that. Maybe. Like a talking dustbin. Slash is saying you'd kiss them to distract them. Maybe I might steal their heart right before stealing victory. Just as they're about to swing, let's say, an electro sword my way, I sidestep. They're kind of slowly falling forward in slow motion. Then I just gently lean in on the cheek. And that makes them blush. And that's my ticket. Trip them over, swing around, slide away. Felicia says, yes, well, martial arts, your guardians with martial arts, Felicia, with kung fu fighting to defeat my evil alliance. As I say, it will be a legendary battle if that's the case. Bluebat says, quick dodges, then go for the neck. Strike them right on the back of the neck, knock them out, like a karate chop. Knock them out that way, or maybe I'd grab them by the neck, just choke them. Maybe not choke the life out of them, but choke them just enough so they pass out. Cast them aside like a rag doll. Slide away. Maybe just leave them a little calling card. Giggling all the while. Slasher says, you'd unleash your devoted army to maim them. I could very well do that. I might just have an army of henchmen, all with high-tech gear and little logos on their outfits. Sweep their legs with your foot, yes. Anytime someone goes for me, sweep the leg. Whoa! They hit the ground, falling. Starglow would fight by my side to defeat the heroes. See everyone? Starglow here is a model henchman. That's the sort of thing that I, if I was a villain, would want to see from a henchman, from a follower. An army of ragdolls. Probably play that little that song from what's it called again? I think it's Fantasia. You know, the dun 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 dun, little marching ragdolls of me to take everyone on. Grey saying the move that knocks people out by hitting a nerve in the neck is very hard to do safely. It might end up killing them if it's too hard. That's a fair point. Now, in real life, don't try this at home. But if I'm a villain, then I would be doing my training, my martial arts fighting, perhaps, or maybe I'd just be learning myself how to fight, and I'd know exactly those pressure points, the weak spots. Slasher adds, watching this fight on the side, making bets. You'd be a very rich woman, wouldn't you? Saying, all right, everyone, all right, I've got 50 to 1 on Aurelius, evil Aurelius. I've got only 5 to 1 on the good guys. I've got 1 million to 1 on our meteor crashing down and defeating both. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets. Zorus has an interesting suggestion. Use some spiders to defeat them for me. If they're scared of spiders, that would make it even more devious. Then again, who isn't scared of spiders these days? We'd have to roll up a pretty big magazine to knock them all away. Throw them in the shortcut, said Dragonstar. I know what you're referring to, but I better not confirm nor deny. If anyone watches the JTV ASMR videos, you might know. Well, she adds, well, if you knew necromancy, you could summon an army of zombies. Ooh, spooky, scary, an army of the undead raising from the ground, from the nearby graveyards, clamoring around. But I tell them, all right, no eating, no biting. That's gross. That's yucky. But totally fine with, beating them senseless, maiming them, trapping them under piles of bodies, things like that. That's fair game, though. That's fair game. Slasher says, making a great economy for me with this fight ring idea. Well, as long as I get a cut of the proceedings, continue. Grey wants to fight with me with Starglow and use a mace. All right, Grey, you get a mace. Starglow, you get a very pointy dagger, which if you press this button, it fires the knife at them. Very fun, very fun. TsunamiJuria, you're not scared of spiders? Well, if that's the case, maybe I should have you on my side, and then that way I could send forth all these giant spiders, and you won't mind. You'd be like, oh, that's nice. You like the Black Widows and Zora Zip? Deadly, beautiful and deadly in equal measure, of course. Very bored person, clearly not a spider person. Fair enough. Thalicia's confident that your guardians defeat my spiders and evil alliance. Well, I guess I'll have to rely on other henchmen rather than arachnids. Slasher saying, if you unleash spiders on you, calling for a lighter hairspray and an arsonist spirit. Which reminds me, everyone, don't try that at home. That's a great way for a can to explode in your face. But even then, I don't want you to do that either. You've got beautiful faces, I'm sure, so don't do that. Just to clarify. Very bored person could get a camera, stand a safe distance to record, then do the online. Is everyone just getting an idea? Let's all get all these good guys to defeat Aurelius, his evil henchman, and then all make a big old hullabaloo about it and get some money from it. I mean, it's an interesting way of doing it. So I'm not exactly arguing there. Or we could just get Zora to bite them for me. That works too. See, that's why we have dental. It's to cover this. It's to cover these, to make sure all your teeth are perfectly fine, especially if you're biting the good guys. Gray says, one time a spider dashed towards me on the hotel floor of the room, that you're staying at, went into a blind panic. Oh, crikey. I mean, spiders aren't that... I mean, 99.9% of the time, they're not even a problem. But I understand some people have arachnophobia. Oh, pardon me. Oh, pardon me. Sorry about that. Fair enough, Welshie, if you're not exactly a spider person yourself. Roaches are as bad as spiders, Jelly. Again, roaches are completely harmless. Just a bit of a nuisance is all. Yes, I yawned. Slasher, yes, you caught me out. Alright. Oh no, I just read you. Slasher saying yawn. No, don't keep saying yawn, because I'll start yawning. Oh, crikey. This is what it's like to have a weakness. To have a weakness is when people start typing yawn, then I start yawning. Oh. That wasn't a puppy sound, by the way. That was a disapproving sound. It's a disapproving Butler sound. Anyway, tell you what. Let's pause things here for now. But don't worry, we will continue. So just hang on, everyone. And I'll be back in about 5 minutes, just nipping to the little boy's room. So, and I'm not a sleepy puppy, very bored person, I'll have you know. And that's still not a puppy sound, just to clarify. Anyway, back soon, everyone, back soon. Don't go anywhere. We shall resume with creating a villain arc for me, your butler, Aurelius. So, hang tight, hang tight. And I'm back, everyone, and goodness gracious, we've got another fire here in chat. What else do we have? We've got fire, we've got marshmallows, we've got piles of shaved ice, ice cream, piles of cookies and popcorn, a disco dance, buttered popcorn flooding everywhere. Why is the chat always ending up like this? Why, every time I step away... Oh, and it looks like Ocean over on Twitter is joining in with some more fire, too. Right. Because, yes, I believe you, Thalicia. Don't worry, I believe that you tried to stop them. There's only one thing to do now. All of you have been very, very naughty, very evil. And I'm so proud of all of you because, well, we are covering the Butler's villain arc today. And I'm so proud of all of you for getting into the spirit of being villainous, even in small, chaotic ways like this. Well done, all of you. But I'm still going to give you all a big bear hug each. I'm going to cuddle all of you in a big blanket and squeeze you closer and closer to my pecs, and you'll never be able to wiggle away until you apologize. And I will giggle. And I will say, oh, no, I can't hear you. Was that an apology? You'll have to tell me again now. Oh, wait, I think that's not exactly a punishment for some of you. We'll see who squeezes who first, Ocean. Yes, this is definitely turning out to be less of a punishment, more of a spicy reward for some. Hello to you, Manchiku. Welcome, welcome. Good timing, because we're just about to resume some evil questions, crafting the villain arc. Don't worry, Thalicia. You just get a gentle hug, so that's quite all right. All right, then. All right. Now, since we're all here, since I'm back as well, time to resume the questions. Let's jump into the next one. And hello once again to you too, Manchiku. I hope all is well and that you're keeping safe. Good to know you've got some popcorn, especially from all the popcorn spam in chat. Yes, you did say you'd be naughty again, Gray. True to your word, aren't you? True to your word. Okay, next question. What evil pets will I keep as my comic relief? What sort of animal or creature would I have? Something to inject a bit of whimsy and humor into things. I mean, being evil, it's not all sunshine and lollipops after all. But it doesn't have to be all gloom and doom. Right? Right? No, chat doesn't count, Slasher, even if you do act like a bunch of crazy pets sometimes. Maybe a leopard, Thalicia? Well, a leopard is speedy. You know what they say about leopards can't hide their spots. Much like an evil person. Gray says, what about a weasel or mink? Yes, what about a weasel? You think I would have an evil weasel, and if anyone's being a nuisance to me, I'd drop that weasel down the back of their shirt, and they'd be wriggling around while the weasel's just skittering around all over their skin, making them go, ooh, and I'd laugh at them. Jellybean says, definitely a hedgehog. Hopefully not a black and red one with white gloves, am I right? Bless you, Manchiku. Glad to know that you're feeling well. Even if you're tired, but that's okay. That's what these streams help with, is to help everyone relax and feel good. Zora says, you can keep me as a pet. Technically, I am a spider. I mean, if you can crack a few jokes all the while, then it could be, it could be possible. Could be possible. Maybe. What else? Very bored person says, a hunting dog. A beagle or droopy dog would be good comic relief. A little doggo. To be fair, as long as the doggo is capable of doing the necessary tasks such as hunting and whatnot. Then maybe that could happen, have a cute little companion like that. But a loyal one, because everyone loves dogs, even evil people. A baby pup, says Blue Bats. Slasher says, probably have peacocks or maybe your servants or your pets. I mean, to be fair, peacocks, I could just have those strutting around their funky stuff outside my manor, and then they chase after people who look at them funny. That'd be funny. Well, she says, definitely a crow, highly intelligent, so they can be funny when they need to, but evil when they need to be. Ah, I like it. And it's suitably gothic. I love gothic aesthetics, I love gothic music, I love all things gothic. So a crow would be perfect. Have that on a little porch. And of course, like the sound of crows and corvids and whatnot. They make such beautiful sounds. I love the sounds they make. A badger, says Jellybean. Why a badger? Is it because they're little scuttling around sort of creatures? Perhaps they're always victimized by hunters, so it's time to give the badger a chance to fight back, maybe? Yeah, looks like Thalicia agrees about the weasel. Dangerous and sneaky. Right, wild weasels look cute, but they're amazing fierce hunters, says Gray. Maybe I might just keep a little tame weasel of my own, but ready to go wild when I wanted to. Jellybean says, definitely swans and cobra chickens. Beware the swans, beware the cobra chickens, especially when they've got quite a wild temper, I'm sure. Very bored person says, a Frisian horse, very majestic looking, but could be like comic relief, yes? I could have a noble steed, a beautiful lady steed, who probably just has a love for sugar cubes. Like, yes, we get it now, dear. Let's not waste the time here. Let's actually get to the great battle. Jellybean adds a few alligators. Befitting, because I've got the teeth of one. Bloodhound, says Grey, a cuddly, snuggly bloodhound who's still a great hunter. Jellybean saying have Cynric as a pet. You mean that Dr. Cynric fellow? That quirky plague doctor fellow? Now I swear I've heard his voice once when I turned around in the park, but I just saw a purple bird there. That's strange. I mean, there's no such thing as a purple feathered bird, is there? I don't know. Odd. Thalicia suggests a cat. Jellybean says bunnies. Maybe an unordinary rabbit. Bluebat says, I heard crows every day. You hear crows every day? I envy you. I love the sound of them. Starglow says, a dragon to scare away your enemies. And good to know Dragonstar Sidra is here. Yes, I hear you roar. Incinerate any bad people that way. Yes, keep all of my gold and jewels all hidden away inside an inactive volcano nearby. Badgers would be good, says Welshie. They run fast, swim quickly, and have very sharp claws. Top of the food chain in the UK. Ooh, a tiger. Scary stuff, Thalicia. I like it. Oh, Zora, I have Cerberus, a three-headed hound. Then again, that would that would basically triple the amount of food required for them, I'm sure. That'll make pet food a common purchase in my evil lair. Capture the guys like Grim or Dub to keep as pets. Have you what, human slaves as pets, Slasher? It's diabolical for sure, but I suppose it would be funny. Very bored person says, a bunny for evil, you must get Bunnycula. Jellybean says, piranhas in the moat. And Dragonstar suggests a vampire bunny. Ooh, a snow leopard sounds beautiful. Beautiful idea, Alicia. I like it. I love all of these ideas of yours. All of you. You have fantastic ideas. Wonderful, wonderful ideas. Now, I was thinking that too, Dragonstar, the unordinary rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Slasher saying evil Aurelius has a puppy called Mini-Me. Well, why would I call it that, Slasher? Are you insinuating that I'm comparable to a puppy now? I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying I wouldn't call it that. No, I wouldn't call it that. Anyway. Okay then. Okay, well, I think we've got plenty of ideas. Oh, very bored person. Excellent idea here. Wolf dogs or plain wolves could work. A pack of coyotes, better yet. A swarm of them to take on my enemies. What do you mean you agree with Slasher Ocean? A puppy named Mini-Me? I'm not puppy-like at all. I shall die on this hill. Mythically accurate unicorns. I wonder what makes it mythically accurate. Aren't unicorns, like, really mean, and even though we kind of portray them as really beautiful? I don't know. White lion, I like it, Felicia. No, blue bats, no, Ocean, calling me an evil puppy, comparing me to any sort of pupper. No, definitely not. Oh, don't you woof at me, Jelly. That's still not a puppy sound. Anyway, let's jump to the next question, shall we? Oh, yeah, I like the idea of having a bird, by the way, Slasher. A nice, beautiful creature, feathered creature, to swoop down, caw on command. Maybe do a little dance. Okay, next question then. As a villain, what will be my calling card? Let's say that I've robbed a place. Maybe I've defeated someone. Maybe I just want to recruit people, let them know that I'm here and I'm evil. What could I do? What could I do as a calling card so people, they look at it and go, oh, evil Aurelius was here. It doesn't have to necessarily be a literal calling card, but, you know, point remains, of course. Point remains. We have Dragonstar with a wilted black rose. Hey, I like that. I very much like that. Again, adding to the gothic vibes of it all. I see Ocean on Twitch with a little cosmic howl emoji, a little doggo going awoo to the moon. Well, I'll have you know that's still not accurate, because that's not me. That is not me at all. I'm not a doggo. And that's not a doggo sound. That's just me disapproving. Yes, it's just me disapproving. Anyway. Roses, or you hear ominous violins, says Slasher. A rose made of glass or fake rubies, says very bored person. An arrow with a rose carved into it. I love the rose, like the inclusions of roses here, everyone. I love it. It's perfect. An arrow with a rose carved into it? I love that thought. A fancy carved A into a surface. Ah. Carve it in with maybe a beautiful dagger, like a ceremonial dagger, maybe. Bluebat says crows with red eyes surrounded the whereabouts. Ooh, something much spookier and more gothic. Love it, love it. Dragonstar. No, wait, no. Coral saying. Right. Just Coral offering a bit of context about something suggested earlier, but I can't remember what exactly. Either way. Well, she says, leave a black business card. You may be a villain, but you are still a gentleman. Exactly. See? Well, she understands here. A calling card to let everyone know, hey, being evil is my business, and business is good. Could do what the trickster does in Dead by Daylight. Ah, yes. An actual card with my face on it. Just like he does when he does his finishing move on well, a defeated survivor, essentially. And then kind of leave the calling card like that. Whee! Plonk. Right on their body. Very evil, very diabolical, and I love it. An evil laugh to announce myself. Oh, for certain, Shiniest, for certain. I'd make sure everyone knows that I'm here when I laugh out loud. Like that. Then everyone would be quaking in their boots. What else do we have? Ocean saying, as long as those cards have tiny puppies on them. No, they wouldn't have a tiny puppy on them. They might have a corvid or a raven, or even my face. Not a puppy, because that doesn't describe me at all. Yes, just so you know. Maybe a card with lipstick kiss mark, with black lipstick. Ah, classy and romantic and gothic, Felicia. An excellent combination. Have a messenger crow. I like the idea there, Blue Bats. Again, it's classy, it's unexpected, and it's gothic. It's a brilliant combination. Maybe I should do some more evil laughs just to leave a jelly melting on the seat.